Hello, this is Angelo.
Hello, this is Alexandra.
And
Hi,
we are
I'm
here.
Louis.
Yes, of course. We have a special guest today.
Yes.
And we are here with the review of day 4 and priming for day 5 of the Unbreakable Challenge. So, why do we have Louis with us?
Our special guest for today.
Back in November, late November, I flew to Miami to visit Grant Cardone and some other affiliate partners for a meeting, and I flew through Heathrow. And there I stumbled upon Harrods, and the first thing that I saw was Louis. And I fell in love with Louis. I thought immediately, like Alexandra has to have him. And of course, I had to wait for the return flight because I had only my carry-on and I didn't want to ruin my search for this important meeting. And the salesperson there, apparently she had some Grant Cardone training.
Sales training, exactly.
Yes. And she said, this is basically sold out. We only have like a couple here at the store and that's it. Maybe, just maybe, there are some on the other terminal that you're coming back, the British Airways terminal, but I'm not sure. And I believe that you should buy it now. And of course, immediately I'm startled because my mind is on visiting Grant Cardone and nothing to do with Louis. But at the same time, all this scarcity immediately takes me by the hand and towards the counter. And of course, logic prevailed. And I said, I will take my chances and I will try to get Louis as I'm coming back. I don't want to ruin my search and my appearance at the meeting. So that said, coming back from Miami, as I arrive at Heathrow, I jump off the airplane and I rush, pushing everyone this way and that way. And I am locked on Harrods. And of course, I don't know where exactly Harrods is, but I try to, energize my mind and my reticular activating system and make sure I am completely, locked on Harrods as if, I'm a fighter pilot. And as I arrive, I see Harrods, I get closer and I see Louis and I grab Louis and I hear from, the other side of the store, what are you doing? And I said, this is the last. No, this is not the last piece. We will bring you one from inside. This is the display. And of course, my heart goes back into its place. And, the story is over. I get Louis. And the moral of the story is scarcity is a very, very powerful trick, when it comes to sales.
Yes.
And this, I believe, is a perfect segue to tell you and basically remind you that today is the last day of the Unbreakable Challenge. And it is the right moment, if you haven't done so already, to take on this incredible, amazing offer, this amazing opportunity, and get an immense head start in your year and start from now, from January, bringing yourself and your business to the true level of success that you so much deserve and desire.
Yes.
So take on this offer. We are entering with Alexandra the portal every single day, and we see the new bonuses and everything.
Fantastic.
It is incredible.
Okay,
it is an amazing opportunity. Get your hands on this opportunity, and not only that, but get going with it. Make it part of your operating system.
And as we have mentioned before, this is not a course. It is a powerful system to create an unbreakable business.
That's
right? In uncertain times. And it is based once more on the 5 pillars. It's money mindset, marketing, sales, communication, and how to scale your business. So it's really a system that Grant Cardone himself has used for many, many years now to create this empire that he has built. So it's tried and tested. And it's only in a 3-week time, right? So
yes,
you run with it after that.
So let's do the review of day 4.
Day 4 was dedicated to sales. So Grant Cardone, he started with a very powerful
storm.
It was a storm. Well, this is one. And he started with a very powerful quote. And he said, if you say, I do not like sales, you say, I do not like money. Boom. Right?
That's right.
So this, he explained.
So many people have resistance with sales.
Yes,
I
yes,
have resistance with
yes.
sales. But you know what? I never said I don't want to get to the next level. I'm just saying that, like I don't have a head start with sales, but every minute that goes by without realizing that not selling means actually not giving your client the solution they are craving for, the solution they deserve, the solution they want. And of course, that brings us to the second point, which is until you convert a lead, you have not served the client.
Exactly.
So sometimes we think of numbers and we say revenue, so many $1 million and so many thousand leads and so on. But behind these numbers are people with problems, and some of these problems are solved by our products and services. And sales bridges that gap. This is all it takes. So going back to day 3 and going back to day 2, we have done a good job with our marketing and our communication, but now we need to seal the deal. We need to close the deal. Always be closing. Remember that ABC, always be closing. Make sure your client gets what you have to offer. If you truly believe in your product, it's your moral obligation to become better at sales.
Exactly. And to give this product or this service of yours to as many people as possible, right?
Yeah.
Think that your audience right now might be up like at 3 o'clock in the night thinking about this problem. You have the solution and you are hesitant about selling, right?
Yes,
and you're not helping.
Seller and buyer just have to come together.
Exactly.
The gap gets closer and narrower as you do your marketing right, but you need to seal the deal.
Exactly. Or as Grant said, you need to close the circle, right?
Close the circle.
Close the circle.
Yes.
Exactly.
Next,
Grant spoke about when clients have objections to the sale, right? So one of the things he said is when people object to you, it's because of their past errors, right? So because of some wrong decisions they might have made in the past. So it doesn't have to do necessarily with your product, your service, your offer. It's because of past errors they made.
That's right. So for example, Grant right now is offering an incredible program, an incredible deal coupled with coaching, with free ticket to sell to GrowthCon, with free access to such amazing bonuses as well, including one he rolled out yesterday.
Oh yes, that was amazing. What
this alone, the
negotiating and closing,
but I think it's
$2,500 value dollars.
So just this bonus is 2.5 times the cost of the Unbreakable business system. So it is an incredible deal, right? But that does not mean that you are sold, because what? You still have some objections. And this is what we need to be focusing on, the objections of your client. And it is very important for you to identify them and then do something about them, basically one by one. And I was startled.
Yes, but Grant said, what I think you're going to say, what I'm thinking, right?
You don't solve these objections.
Yes.
Your product solves these objections.
Exactly.
So what you want to do, and I was startled with Grant saying that even, with a property, a very high-end property, at 5 minutes, he will do his first call to action. Meaning, at about 5 minutes time, he will ask, have you seen enough?
They haven't seen the whole house yet.
And if they say yes,
that's it.
It is done. If they say yes, you don't go about, like showing them the rest of the house and unselling them.
Exactly. Or creating objections.
You seal the deal and you move on.
Yes.
If they say no, you know now that they want to see more. They still have some objections in their mind. And I'm not sure if Grant said that yesterday, but for sure, he said that in our meeting back in November, and for sure, I've heard him say that many times before. And that is basically money is never an objection to an offer or to a deal. Meaning that if you truly want something bad enough, it is valuable in your eyes, you will do something about it.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe this amount of money, if it's like the grant scores or if it's a property or whatever that is, maybe that money is not in your bank account, but it could be in the hands of some investors and partners. It could be in the form of a loan that you would gladly take because you realize the value and what it is you're getting, right? For instance, Grant said at the Lewis House interview, which again I believe is very valuable and demonstrates how important it is for us to see the value of things rather than the cost of things. Grant said that any time of the day I would give credit card that I would raise my credit card debt to get a program, because investing in yourself has virtually infinite return on investment. And yes, if it's like 20% interest, it doesn't matter because it will take me to the next level.
Yes.
What you don't want to be doing is spending money on things that don't have any return.
It's assets and liabilities, right?
Exactly.
And also regarding indecisiveness of a potential client, Grant taught us yesterday that he might project or she might project various reasons for not buying or closing the deal, but you have to be able, through the discussion with simple questions, to really identify and isolate the number one objection. There are never many objections. There is always one objection, but potential clients tend to embellish them with various reasons when they are thinking about it.
Yeah.
So exactly this was another main takeaway regarding sales techniques.
True.
Next, shall we move on?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Okay, so he said, if you have an email list, this was a nice example. You remember the 2 and 98%, right?
Yeah.
He said, if you have an email list, and let's say 2% of the people convert into sales, what does that mean?
No. Where is the money?
Where is the money?
Where is the money?
It is in the rest 98%.
It's in the 98% that you have not yet converted, right?
Exactly.
So if 2% for you means $20,000, this means that the remaining 98% is $980,000. How about that? So you say, I have this launch and my revenue now is $20,000. What can you do to convert the remaining 98%? Because this is where the big money is.
Exactly.
And what you want to remember is that people, the 98%, they do have the money, but they do have some objections as well that you have not yet answered.
Exactly. And it is our job as marketers and as business owners and entrepreneurs to know these objections, to know the thoughts that are going on in the minds of our potential clients, identify them, and get them out of the way so you can complete the sales circle.
Yes, so I want to show you this amazing thing that Alexandra has created for me. Throughout this Masterclass series,
DIY
I have been
craft.
talking about insights from the Unbreakable Challenge. And now Alexandra had made for me the guilty, not guilty thing. So why am I showing this now?
Why?
I don't know if I am guilty or not guilty on this yet. Answering all your questions. I don't know. Maybe I have done my job right, maybe not. But if we haven't answered any of your objections regarding the Unbreakable Challenge, what I know I'm surely not guilty of is that we have decided that we are giving our time to you to answer these objections, to make sure you make the right decision for you. So if you have any questions, email us, reply to any of our emails, or send us a message to any of the platforms that we are broadcasting. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Let us know what your objection is. and make sure you're making the right decision.
Mhm.
Because as we've said before, today
It's
is
the
the
last
last
day
day
of
of
the
the
challenge.
challenge, and it
Yes.
is the moment where you want to make the right decision for the future of your finances and your business.
Yes.
It is time for you to take that next step. And remember, you don't have to go the whole journey. You only have to take the next step and sign up for the Unbreakable Challenge, because as you take that next step will bring you to the place where Grant is, his A team is, and we are to
Yes.
help you reach your financial destination for 2023. And most importantly, make sure you move on for the rest of your life and business with a system. This is where
Yes.
we've been struggling for a decade, and this is where we are shifting things and why we are so confident. We didn't say that in the beginning today.
Right.
Why are we
Why
wearing
we're
the
wearing the
hats?
hat?
To remind ourselves that we are 10xing this year.
Exactly.
It's the hats are for us. The hats are simply triggers to our destination, and that's it. So let us remind you, we are here for you. We are here to answer all your objections, if there are any yet. I have seen so many offers. Truly, this offer is off the charts. And not only because of the bonuses or the program itself. Have you heard Grant saying yesterday, what can I do to make
That's what
this
I wanted to
offer
say.
like truly irresistible? These were not his
Absolute-
words, but
yes.
like the best offer
The
ever.
best offer ever. Exactly.
And this is basically Grant told us yesterday that they began about a year ago crafting that offer, that program.
But why? Why did they start creating?
Because of course Grant realized that
Yeah.
we are heading into like an economic storm, whether it is the recession or COVID aftershocks or inflation or
Yes.
whatever that is, or even ChatGPT and all these AI changes and everything that has to do with these enormous shifts that are happening in the economy, in the marketplace, in the way we do business. So many employees will be out of job because of AI.
Mhm.
And so many entrepreneurs will have challenges because of these technological shifts that very few people on earth can understand.
And slow adaptation, right?
slow adaptation.
That is the problem. Exactly. So you have to be
So,
quick. So let's discuss how they
How,
made this package,
yes, but
right?
what was the idea, right? You have to be unbreakable under this
Yes.
storm.
Absolutely.
So, for example, as we said many times before, we love sailing, and as we go
As
out
you
to
can
the
see.
Aegean, it could be an amazingly nice, warm, sunny day in mid-July, let's say,
Nice
or
summer breeze.
early August
Yes.
in the Aegean. It's like 35 degrees centigrade and whatever that is, near to 90s, in the 90s in Fahrenheit. And before you know it, you could have like from a very mild wind, you can have like a very strong wind. And of
True.
course, you need to what? Adapt.
Exactly.
But can you, within these few minutes, can you become a better captain? No. You should have done that before. You should be ready. When the storm is coming, you should be ready.
You should be
You
preparing.
don't have the time to learn, to go through your textbook and see how do I go through this storm? No, you don't have the time. Similarly, Grant said, okay, there is an economic storm coming, and I need to equip my audience with the right tools, with the right mindset, first of all, and then the right skill set. And he's crafting this offer, and he says, okay, we need to apply these 5 pillars, right?
Yes.
Which, as Alexandra said before, is mindset, marketing, communication, sales, and scaling that we will learn from Brandon Dawson today. Now, we need to couple this with some coaching and empower the audience. And then, as they graduate on February 14th, we will give them a virtual ticket to GrowthCon, because this is how they solidify this experience and make a huge and powerful imprint in their consciousness and shift their operating system. And then with all the other bonuses, we bridge the gaps in very important skills like communication,
Negotiating,
negotiation,
closing
and
the
closing
deal,
a deal, and so
speaking on
on.
stage.
And me and Alexandra are telling you that as you will be finishing this experience and you will be virtually going about your business, putting all these new insights into effect, we will be coaching you with our bonuses throughout 2023 to make sure you get the very best and the most of this program.
And to have personalized, personalized answers regarding your specific challenges.
So what Grant said yesterday was that as they were building this amazing offer, it still wasn't the best offer. So what he said was, okay, we will throw in $9.97 of credit. So the amount that you pay for the program, you get it as credit as well for upcoming events and so on. Isn't this amazing?
I mean, really a no-brainer. It's like Christmas again.
Yes,
right?
It's like
so many gifts,
Christmas all over
so
again.
Many bonuses.
Yes, it's like the time I was hunting for Louis. Yes.
Exactly.
So what I want to tell you is that as you think of this offer for yourself, this is what your clients should be thinking for your offer.
Yes.
And who best to teach you all this than Grant Cardone and his team? We have seen so many gurus and so many sales coaches and so on throughout this decade that we are so passionate growing our business. And we immediately resonated with this kind of attitude, with Grant's attitude and Grant's commitment on his end result that helps us resonate with our commitment with our end result.
Exactly.
So Grant not only teaches me on sales, Grant helps me be more committed on my financial destination because of his attitude, because he never ever considers any other outcome.
He keeps your attention locked on the target.
This is the game changing. So for instance, someone can say, oh, don't buy this program. We've heard this many times before. I can give you my notes. It's not the notes.
It's not the notes.
It's the resonance. It's the frequency.
It's the concentration.
This is what you want to remember. It's resonating with success, resonating with Grant's level of success. And it does not mean that you will get there, but it means that you will surely enough be brought up.
Exactly.
Because this is what happens when, as Robin Sharma says, rub shoulders with billionaires. You get some of their stardust. And this is what you want to remember. This is not a program that you will go through. This is a complete experience. This is how I see it. A complete experience that you will resonate with Grant's level of success.
Exactly.
And you will be able to get to your financial destination much easier and most probably much faster.
Yes, and at the same time, you can really feel the energy of the team. They are so passionate about helping their clients, the members of the community. All the time they are inviting us, right? Like, join the community, join the 10X philosophy, join the Unbreakable business system. It will help you. It will help you get to a new level. And you can really feel their passion. It's not just like a sales pitch, right? Throughout this challenge. It has been amazing.
Absolutely. And also then Elena Cardone was on stage, and it is an amazing segue to begin what were our keepers from her presentation, because the first thing that she said was normal is dangerous, right?
It's a very dangerous place to live. Normal is a very dangerous place to live. Because, why? And she explained that. And this, of course, concerns the majority of the population. And she tries to shift your mindset into things. She said, if you're just doing normal, it means with your finances, right? With your business, it means that a certain wave might come in your life. It could be like a health issue, or something happens in the economy, or something happens with the majority of your clients, or anything. And everything might go down in 1 or 2 days. And this is very dangerous.
When you have a normal attitude, right, you get normal expected results, and things work fine until they stop working.
Exactly.
Like 2008,
COVID.
things were working fine.
Yes.
Abrupt halt in what we called fine. COVID, same thing. While you can have an unbreakable mindset, an unbreakable skill set, and be, let's say, what we would call abnormal or unreasonable.
Unreasonable.
And always remember, look around you. You see some normal people, right? With normal bank accounts, with normal vehicles, with normal problems, and they don't seem to be doing anything about it. So ask yourself this question right now. Do you want normal life or super life? Do you want normal vehicle or your best car ever? Do you want a normal home or your best home ever? Do you want a normal business, a struggling business? Because this is normal. 97% of businesses fail or, go about failing. Or you want a thriving business, an unbreakable business. Ask yourself these questions now and make the wise decision, the smart decision today, because it is the last day of the challenge. And you know what? Me and Alexandra, we already have our hands on the system and we are already putting it into action.
Yes.
So even our presentation today has a few gems of the Unbreakable Business System.
Exactly.
Isn't this amazing? Because we took action on day one. We signed up on day one. Why? Because we are committed to 10x. And we need something new to 10x. We cannot 10x the way we've been doing it. Otherwise, we would have 10x before.
What has gotten you here will not take you further.
And by the way, because at some point, maybe I don't remember which day was it, but at some point, Grant said something about luck. If you have a success, like an amazing success.
Yes.
And we've had that kind of success with Alexandra. We've had some amazing success, but not a steady, amazing growth because it is not systemized. So we're doing some things right, apparently, and we have some amazing testimonials from our clients and so on, but not with the consistency, with a 10x consistency.
And the magnitude that we want and the scale that we want. So Elena Cardone said, normal is a very dangerous place to live. Instead, build an empire, right?
That's right.
Build an empire, which means think bigger, think even bigger, because then you will manage to go further along the journey. So she said 3 steps to building your empire. The first step is you set common goals for the team members, the business partners. If you work with your spouse, the common goals that you will have. Then step number 2, you define the role of each person, and then each person within this role takes full responsibility.
Exactly.
Okay. And then step number 3, I want to read this from my notes because he said it very nicely. Live from the future, right? Because if you live from the future, design a future on paper, so compelling for you, right?
And so clear.
And so clear.
It must be clear and compelling.
Clear and compelling. And when we say design your future, we mean design your perfect family situation, your perfect health, your perfect body, the perfect home, the perfect cars, the perfect vacations, the perfect experiences. You get where I'm going, right? What would be your ideal life personalized exactly to you? And then once you lock on this goal, you forget about the past, you forget about the mistakes, you forget about the drama, you live from the future only, and then you start creating this life and this empire that Elena was talking about.
Okay, so for those of you who are following us for years, you know that this is what we call our super self and our super life. And always remember that what Alexandra said right now is what we call the happy landing exercise, where you close your eyes and see and feel yourself at your destination. And by the way, this is also the last step of the priming we are doing every single day to prime ourselves mentally and emotionally for the next day of the challenge. So always remember that The way we see it, it is basically as if your super self is the leader of your life. Many times I like to say, my vision is my boss. So when I started my own business, when I started my own business about 15 years ago, I thought I would be much better, like as if I would be an employee and have like a normal career and I could do it better on my own and so on. And also I thought, like I would be the boss of me. I would be the boss of my life.
Sounded ideal,
And
right?
while I was the boss of my life, nothing worked. Because if you're the boss of you, you can give yourself permission not to work any day, and we're in Greece. We have so much sunshine, so many reasons not to work, right? So, and nothing worked. But then I realized, and this is when I started downloading this amazing vision that I have with inspiring humanity. And then I realized that this vision, this end result, this is my boss. And I need to follow instructions. And as we move on and we say, okay, where am I now and where do I want to go? I want to 10x. The teacher appears, Grant appears, and Grant tells me, this is how you're going to do it.
Exactly.
And then everything makes sense. So this, as Grant said at some point, this fogginess that you might have, it is basically a lack of confidence, right? And remember, this is why for us, one of our most valuable bonuses for this program is the Financial Limiting Belief Buster Masterclass that we will be doing together.
Super powerful technique. Super powerful.
This is the game changer. Once you remove the limitations, everything makes sense, right? Grant didn't wake up one day and said, I'm going to be a billionaire, okay? But as he was progressing and he was letting things go, resistance go, everything made more sense. His self-confidence grew up, and also coupled with his network, his skill set, and so on, everything then started to make sense.
But he was committed. Everyone.
Yes,
right? You
this
have
is the
to
number
be
one
committed
key.
to growth. You have to be committed to yourself, to your business, to your audience, and then all the solutions are found along the way, right?
Yeah. So we are about half an hour away from the 5th day of the Unbreakable Challenge with Grant Cardone. Brandon Dawson will be today teaching us all about scaling your business.
So excited about this.
If you are at ground zero, how will you get to the 100K mark? If you're at or a bit above the 100K mark, how will you cross the 7-figure mark? And then how will you cross the 8-figure mark? And last but not least, of course, how will you get to the level of 125 million and above? So that said, we are ready to begin our priming exercise. If you want the full version of it, the guided version of it, you can click the link that you will find in the description and go back to the priming of day 1. But now we will give you like the brief overview so that you can do it on your own as we sign off from here and leave you to get ready for day 5. So remember, number 1, perspective. You shift your perspective and immediately everything changes for you. So for example, you think of people who have much bigger problems than you have and people who have much greater success than you have. And you use that as leverage to shift your attention and your perspective. Number 2, forgiveness. You need to let go of things because, as T.D. Jakes said, you have a world to change.
Exactly.
And you need to let go of that bitterness and say to yourself, I forgive sincerely, completely, and irrevocably this, that, or the other, people, circumstances, and so on. Number 3, you need to start right now this gratitude, rampage of gratitude, and say at least 20 things that you're grateful for, starting from simple things like the oxygen that you breathe right now, without which you wouldn't be in life in a matter of minutes. And of course, if you cannot find 20 things to be grateful for, find
30.
30.
Exactly.
Now you're ready for the love exercise. And you start with yourself. Self-love, unconditional self-love. Look yourself in the mirror. Look yourself in the eyes in the mirror and tell to yourself, I love you, and mean it. Feel it. Then give yourself a hug, pat yourself on the back and say, congratulations. You've been amazing through these 4 days, and now you're ready to go for the 5th day. And then you're ready for clarity. Remind yourself your destination and make sure it is clear and compelling. And if it is not, trim your why, upgrade your why until you feel that fire within,
Yes.
until you feel you cannot wait to reach your destination, until you feel truly unstoppable. And all these limitations will go away immediately. And last but not least, close your eyes for a couple of minutes and do the happy landing exercise where you see and most importantly, feel yourself at your destination. You don't think of $1 million,
Yes.
you think from having $1 million. How does that feel? And now you're absolutely ready to move on to the stage of the Unbreakable Challenge for day 5 with Brandon Dawson. I have been waiting for this day.
Yes, me too.
Yes.
As I said, I'm ready for many, many
as I said
notes.
yesterday, for me, all this was just a warm-up for this day.
Yes.
This is what I have been waiting for. Scaling, this is what matters to me most, and I cannot wait for Brandon Dawson. I hope you are as excited and as prepared for this day as I am. And for sure, remember, as we leave you here, you have enough time before day 5, and this is to you an amazing challenge alone to sign up for the Unbreakable
Yes.
Business System and get all these bonuses and get started.
You can scan this QR code.
You can scan this QR code.
Click on the link below for our affiliate link for
Exactly.
the program so that we know you're a client and you are also entitled to our bonuses.
That's right. And of course, make the most of this day, have fun, but also take a lot of notes and make sure you put everything that you learn into actionable steps and make it part of your operating system. And we cannot wait to work with you
Yes.
on your business and on your mindset with our bonuses when you sign up with the Unbreakable Business System. Have a great day today. Any last thoughts?
Day. Super enjoy it.
No. Okay.
Louis
So,
says bye-bye.
see you tomorrow with a review of day 5.
See you.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.